Our next speaker will be Chris and Bauer, and he will be talking about McNeill.
Good evening. My name is McNeill. I was born in County Derry, Ireland on August 10, 1800. Family history will tell you that we descended from the McNeill clan of the Isle of Bauer in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. In 1822, my father Abraham died, and it was suggested to my mother that she take her young family and move to America. Elizabeth Burnside McNeill was my mother. Her brother, James Burnside, had immigrated to the United States in 1816, found him a wife in Indiana in 1817, and, according to some sources, was the first white man to settle in Irish Township, Clinton County. He bought some land in Section 28, which is very close to where Eldon Hazlitt State Park now sits. Our family sailed from Belfast across the Atlantic and down the St. Lawrence River to Quebec, arriving in 1823. The traveling party included my mother Elizabeth, my brothers Abraham and Thomas, and my sister Elizabeth. From Quebec, we traveled down to the Ohio River, and down the Ohio River in a small two-masted sailing craft to Shawneetown, Illinois. And from Shawneetown, we traveled approximately 125 miles overland to, again, Irish Township, Clinton County, to the home of my uncle, James Burnside. My mother, Elizabeth, is buried in the Burnside Cemetery in Clinton County. I married Minerva Mills on April 30th of 1829. She was the daughter of A.G. Mills and Mary Trotter Mills, and she was born in Bourbon County, Kentucky. In 1840, Minerva and I moved to Bond County, near what is now known as Wisetown. Minerva and I had 9 children. Minerva, who married Uziel, I'm sure I'm not saying that right, Follett, Abraham, who married Elizabeth Etzler, William Andrew, who married Rebecca Hull, and I believe William Andrew and Rebecca are buried right out here, Mary, who married Jonathan Sharp. Now, Mary's daughter, Sylvia, married Herman Riedemann, and those two had 4 children, William Riedemann, Roger Riedemann, Lloyd, and Mary Riedemann Lowe. Daughter Nancy Jane married Theron Stephen Dewey, a Civil War veteran serving in the 3rd Illinois Infantry, and the great-grandfather of Karen Bauer. And we also had Elizabeth, who married Jack Miller, and Mildred, who married Edward Wesley Myatt. I believe some of her children are also buried out here. As a young man in Ireland, I had been made a Mason. Later, I was a charter member of the new Greenville Masonic Lodge number 245. It has been said that my Masonic papers were placed in the cornerstone of the Bond County Courthouse that now stands. That cornerstone was laid on June the 4th of 1884. That's what they say. I don't know. I died in 1883, you see. And my wife Minerva died the next year, April 29th of 1884, the day before what would have been our 55th wedding anniversary. Thank you.
The cemetery that he talks about is part of Hazlitt State Park. And at one time, the state had a pamphlet on the Burnside Cemetery. So if you ever go to Hazlitt, you can walk back on a trail and you will find the Burnside Cemetery. And I would like to point out that Neely and Mary Trotter Mills and Andrew Mills are all being talked about by they are descendants of that family.